Good evening, folks. Welcome to Happy Hour TV. You can see it's quite dark here this evening. John, tell us where we are.
Well, we are on the Viaduct. It stretches from just behind the school, Thornton Primary School, and it goes over the valley in the direction of Queensbury. Cool. And it's a fantastic viaduct. We were in the valley last week and we showed you the up angles, the side of it, and it's an awesome structure, absolutely awesome structure. But from here, you can appreciate it.
Let's have a wander.
Yeah.
And
it is an unusual shape, because you would imagine that a bridge would go in a valley, whereas this one is quite unique.
it's difficult to see because it's so dark.
Possibly misjudged the end of summer, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so, but we should get a cracking view.
Oh yeah.
With all these lights and stuff. So we'll pop over here and have a look.
So as it goes more into winter, those trees, and we'll be able to see my pub.
Ah.
Which should be ace. So there you go. That's the heart of Thornton up there, in the very valley bottom where the beck is. That's all the way down for 2 or 3 miles actually towards Bradford.
How high are we, John?
At its height, I think it's 110 feet.
Right.
I can double check that because there's a little information board. Where is it? Where are we?
Yeah, end of August or beginning of September, suddenly it's gone dark.
Yeah.
It's,
8:30, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it was built in 18... built it. Into it.
That's a big structure for 34 grand, but 34 grand back then would have been a heck of a lot of money.
I mean, I wonder what a week's wage would have been for one of these brickies.
Goodness me. I mean, it's working at great height as well, and I guess back then they wouldn't have the tech that we have today.
They'd have built the temporary structures out of timber would have got flimsier and flimsier, and it have got higher and higher.
Yeah.
Should have. I mean, you don't comprehend that we meandered across here nice and steady, but whilst it was being built, countless men would have probably perished.
Yeah. That's the case for Queensbury Tunnel, in that men died doing the tunnel. I've not heard anything about the viaduct.
There's nothing on this information board. I'm sure somebody will know, won't they?
Yeah.
That's a good view down there.
Someone asked you, didn't they, the other day, is it straight?
No, it's not. Nice. It's an S curve.
Yeah.
Is this viaduct? Yeah.
So there's Bradford in the distance. There we go. A bit of Bradford. That little glow of light, above the...
Fabulous.
That's a fantastic view, isn't it? When you think that we've got Thornton to our left and, straight down through the hillside, straight down to Bradford.
How far away is Bradford? Is it
about 3 mile?
Yeah, 3 or 4 miles.
Yeah.
We won't be able to pick it up on a video, but there's been several bats that's been floating around above us.
Yeah.
But they sort of flicker in and flicker out again, don't they? So quick.
Yeah, they do.
Can't pick up on them. Yeah, unfortunately there's been a few instances of folk seeking a way out of life by scaling this little wall
Ah,
and jumping over there,
right.
which is quite sad.
I've not heard any in the time that I've been here.
There was one, it wasn't last year, the year before,
Oh, really?
and sadly enough, I think it was one of Lauren's relatives.
Oh,
So a bit further on here, where it's not that tall at all really, it's half the height as what it is at the peak.
but it's over a road.
It was over the road.
Mm.
A young lady jumped and landed on the road, and yeah, it was a relative of Lauren, which is very sad indeed.
Yeah, I don't think we can tell. It's too dark. As best as I'm trying to light it, it's an S bend,
Yeah.
which baffled me. I would have thought it would have been straight.
Maybe that's why it's so wide and so strong,
Right.
just to cope with any lateral forces.
Right.
Just a guess.
A bit of an engineering feat.
Just make it that little bit stronger.
The cool air's in, John.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I brought my hat out.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd need it. Crikey.
It's a bit fresh. It's nice.
We've reached autumn.
Is it officially autumn now?
Well, September, October, November is autumn, isn't it?
Is it?
December, January, February is winter.
Oh, and today is the first, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where I come from, Neil, we would, if we were going to be superstitious, we would say white rabbits first thing in the morning.
White rabbits?
So when you wake up, you will say white rabbits. The first of every month.
Right.
The first of every month.
So in the same way that we would do pinch punch first day of the month, and,
Right.
you get to wallop your brother.
if that's what floats your boat, maybe.
You call it white rabbits.
White rabbits, yeah. White rabbits, yeah. That comes from my mum.
I've never heard of that.
That's a Yorkshire thing.
Is
God's County, yeah.
Such a privilege to be able to call it that.
It's known around the world that it's God's County. It's Yorkshire.
Who gave them the right to call it that?
Yorkshiremen. Yeah,
I've
by
never
default.
understood that.
Yeah. I don't think you can get a sort of an idea of the curvature on it.
Let's see if I can straighten up. No, it's too dark. We can't. I take it out. It's just pitch black.
Yeah. You can hear the owl there revving up.
I just give you that one a sec to hold.
What am I holding?
Just keep it out. Don't touch any of the buttons.
Yeah, I will try not to. I wonder if you can pause on that little board for a moment. Can it be seen? Okay.
There we go, folks. $34,000.
Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely fabulous.
Another time, I'll maybe get you over to Queensbury, and we'll go and see the tunnel. That's got a big campaign to try and get it reopened. So the viaduct backs out onto the back end of this school. Let's just reset camera. They got some brilliant artwork on this wall. I don't know who did it. But it's all around their school. They got some nice artwork all the way around. Get it nice and colourful for the kids. Cool. Right. We're going to head on back. We're only a few minutes from the pub.
Yeah.
And I'm not puffing and panting as much this week.
Well, we're not having to scale the side of Everest, are we?
No.
to try.
Oh, dear. Are you able to get chat up and see who's in and say hello to some folks?
Well, Pops has said hello.
Ah, good evening, Pops.
Yeah. I don't know who else is in. But yeah, hi to everyone who's watching, and how has your day and week been? I'm still sore from my thrashing at that quiz, Neil.
Oh, are you?
I'm gutted.
Hey.
I think Brindy had Google open.
They were commending you on your music knowledge.
Well,
at the end,
I think
sprint to get a few more points.
I've got a very, very limited knowledge of music, and you happened to ask me a couple of questions that I had a bell ringing.
Yeah, that's Willie's sort of sounds. You know, he does like his music, does Free Willie?
Well, honestly, I thought his singing was absolutely impeccable. You know, so Willie, if you're in the chat, get yourself on, I don't know, Stars in Your Eyes or something. I mean, you should be at the Royal Albert with the Queen watching. Outstanding.
But I have to say those lyrics were recognisable. I couldn't quite nail it, but
well, there was one or two that I wouldn't have got if you didn't say, is it that, and you prompt each other, don't you? Yeah.
That was good. I think we had the advantage because we were able to bounce off each other, whereas everyone else has sat on their own.
Well,
maybe we did have a bit of an advantage.
No, I think we had a disadvantage because we couldn't actually talk to our teammate properly because we had to mute ourselves all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So we should definitely have a handicap. I've not read that before.
Ah, is that the sign I'm thinking of? Right, this sign used to be down there.
Right.
And it got vandalised. So they had it redone, and it looks like they've repositioned it where it's not going to get, not going to get done. But it was down there. Yeah, let's have a little look. See on here. Great.
So this sign here, I'm sure it's that sign. If you, look how they're stood on there. Look at the health and safety of that. It looks like it's only 8-inch deep. His toes are falling over edge.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's at the Industrial Museum.
It might well be.
You know where the trams are and whatnot?
Yeah, it's on the wall.
I'm sure it's there.
I think I've got a picture of it. And there it is in all its glory with a locomotive on.
Fab.
Look at that.
Proper dough, isn't it?
It would have been nice if that was still operating and still running, wouldn't it?
Let's just put it to council. Let's demolish a school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. If you want to read it, do a quick snapshot.
The best bit is at the end of the viaduct. If you keep on walking a bit further, you've got the Headley Farm, which it's so old, it's unbelievable.
Ah, it is.
So it's
isn't it one of the oldest buildings around here?
Yeah, it's around 400 years old.
Yeah.
400. I mean, my building's old. My building's 200 years old-ish.
Right,
maybe a bit older. So I think mine's 18th century.
Wow.
So if anybody out there can dig up the records, tell me. But I think mine's around 18th century. But when mine was built, that one was already 200 years old.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. And that's a gorgeous building. So I'm assuming it'll have been something to do with waiting rooms, perhaps.
Right.
Something to do with the railway. But the masonry and the architecture on there, above each arch of each window, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's not the old station, because the old station was down where the school was.
So the waiting rooms would have been in there. So that's just a really, really well built building then.
Yeah.
Very close by. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The station was down, I think, and they had to come up to the platform, I think. And further over, you know where Chris lives, the B&B. Chris's B&B.
Yeah.
There's another tunnel exit there.
Right. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a grand building. It's known as the Great Northern. It is a pub, but it's open rarely, is my understanding.
Yeah, that's my understanding too. I'm not entirely sure of its opening hours. I think it's more.
Is it functions and occasions?
Yeah, I think
so. Opening for
not that I
people
know
to hire the venue and things. So. Which was a sensible move because they were getting a bit of bother, so they've closed the doors to.
I think he's getting quite a lot of work in now as in his building and maintenance and repairs.
Right.
So he's getting quite a lot of income from that. It's a massive building upstairs.
Let's have that handset. You hold it. Let's see if.
Who's in the chat then, Neil?
I can't see on here. If you can check yours.
So DJ's in. Hi DJ.
Good evening.
Hi Bindi. You're right. Oh, Bindi's denying using Google. Well, if it wasn't Google, who was it then? Was it the Microsoft version? Hezzy's in. Are you up, Hezzy?
Oh, good evening, Hezzy.
So, Hezzy, do you want some chips? Is it fish cake?
Just coming up to the chip shop, folks.
And I don't know why. I don't know why Free Willy is saying it's a load of bollocks that I admire his singing. How very dare he?
Local chippy, folks. If you want.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hezzy, it's shut. It's just shut.
No.
I was just about to get some chips as well. And scraps. Who else is in?
Right, this is the local Chinese. This is an option. Folk are in there waiting for theirs.
Is that Sean? I think it's Sean. Can't really tell actually.
It'd be embarrassing just to open the door and say,
yeah.
Hey, Sean!
Oh. What? So, just some northerner has done some calculating for us.
Oh dear.
And he's given an equivalence of the investment of 34,000 quid.
Oh.
So if I read this right, it's just shy of 3 billion.
Oof.
Is that right? No.
3 million?
3 million.
3
just shy of 3 million.
Yeah.
Just shy of 3 million.
That's a lot though, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah, there is that kind of conversion thing that you can do with old money and stuff, isn't there? 3 million. Goodness me.
Good evening to you too, northerner.
Thanks for popping in, just some northerner.
And George,
to have you in.
1989. Easy now, George. Well, Eddie's saying can he cake butter, but it's just far too late, is he? Sorry, bud.
Everyone's turned to this, folks. Let me just show you this. You can see in the window on the left there, CCTV. So many people have had their cars done recently. Smashed windows. The scropes of life. Being a nuisance to everybody else.
What do we all reckon should happen to these said scrotums when if you know exactly, definitely know who they are? What do we all think should happen to them? If we went back in time, back far enough, they'd have been head chopped off.
We all call it like vigilante groups, going around to hunt them down. But
if we were going to speak freely though, Neil, if we were just going to say, right, my opinion is just my opinion, and we're not going to be crucified or be frowned upon for having an opinion.
An opinion.
Right? So if we were allowed to have free speech, And we know that humans are capable of anything.
Yeah.
So if we were just going to speak for us and say, right, you know what, if we caught a thief, then I reckon what we should do is this, and you can say what you want, and it's absolutely fine. Well, I reckon we should chop the thumbs off.
Why the thumbs?
The whole thing, all the way down there. Chop the thumbs off.
Why the thumbs?
Hold a hammer then. Hold a screwdriver then.
Right.
Go on, break it to something.
Right.
You know, pick up somebody's belongings and carry them off without your thumbs.
Look at you.
Or
so I'll just chop the whole hand off then.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. No, that's bad. Damn it, Neil. How dare you have that opinion? Have you seen the film Inglourious Bastards?
Oh, look at that with the pretty lights. Yeah. It looks nice, isn't it?
Have you seen it though?
This is South Square, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to come in and we'll do a gallery run one day, and we'll come and see some some nice artwork.
Absolutely.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no. So there's a film called Inglourious Bastards or Bastards, and what they did, it was Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
What Brad Pitt did with all the Nazis, as and when he sort of captured them, is he asked him. He says, "What are you going to do after the war? What are you going to do with your uniform after the war?"
Yeah.
And they all said, "Well, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to go back to work. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be an engineer. I'm going to be a joiner, a builder." And he said, "Yeah, that's when I've got the problem, you see, because that means that no one can tell that you were a Nazi." And at that point, he'd pin him down, and he'd get his massive knife, and he'd put a swastika. He'd engrave it into the forehead.
Oh.
So they can't take that off, then, can you?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we should tattoo thief.
Tattoo it. Right, folks. I'm going to park us here a sec, and we'll jump to the.
Shall I get us a beer?
Yeah, we'll do that, folks. We're going to go and sort ourselves out a beer. Let me turn this camera around for you. There we go. I hope you enjoyed our little stroll. We're going to go on into the pub, which means we need to go to the Be Right Back screen, and I need to make sure that the Wi-Fi is working, so that we don't have a scuffed transition as we go in. So stick around. We'll probably be a few minutes while we sort out a beer, find our seat, and go and get the Wi-Fi sorted. So we'll see you shortly. See you.
DJ's saying bring back Richard. He misses Richard too much now.
Well, thank you for the bits, and the bits are obviously going towards pet food for Richard, obviously. So appreciate that. Thank you. Let's just get some power.
Shall we just give him Richard back quick? Just for you, DJ.
I don't think it'll let me.
What?
I don't think it'll let me, no, because it's on a.
It flickered.
It only does it when. Yeah.
Right, okay. Sorry,
he's
DJ.
powering the internet. It's only when we're low on the. Right, let me do this.
It's quite a shy hamster, is Richard.
Great. Well, we started a topic out there, folks, didn't we?
Just before I do that, I'm gasping.
Happy hour, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers,
welcome, guys.
welcome.
And what are you all drinking at home?
Yeah, do let us know.
That is divine.
What are you drinking, John?
It's Goose Eye.
Oh yeah.
It's my house ale, so it's Tunneler's Gold.
Oh, you like that one?
Divine. Yeah.
We have sound. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see him tomorrow. What's the Thatcher's like? See, goodness says.
It's good. I do like cider. It's quite a sweet cider, but I did enjoy, because it was off the other day. I did enjoy the Thatcher's Gold. I was all right with that. Quite enjoyed that. We'll get. We'll do that, and how we do them on time. So we're up at 9 o'clock. Right. Let's finish off our freedom of speech topic, right? Because interestingly, you were mentioning about it and things, but Piers Morgan, he's been let off from saying things about the princess, you know, the one that the Daily Star always black out because they're not allowed to put photos of the princess in the photos. Princess Miracle, whatever her name is, Meghan.
Meghan.
So Piers Morgan said something on air,
Right.
ended up upsetting the panel, so he walks out of the studio.
Is this when she was on the opera show?
Yeah, so she was on the Oprah Winfrey show. Blurted out loads of nonsense. I feel I kind of agreed with him. To be fair, I thought, controversially, I thought she was being a bit of a pillock.
Yeah.
And it was just a money grabbing take, with Oprah, spreading the millions around to get the exclusive interview, and to give her a juicy story, and that's what's made the press, and that's what stirred up the whole family. It's a family. Regardless of what we think
divided brothers and father-son relationships.
Regardless of what we think of the royal family, and because people have their own views on that. To do that on TV,
it's a bit of a shitty trick, isn't it?
So Piers Morgan said his piece. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Piers Morgan. I think he's a bit of a prat. He's a bit of a love-hate kind of guy.
He's very much a complete dickhead, but I quite like him. I like him.
I can do me swear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do like him.
I think you're all right.
Yeah. Thing is, he don't mince his words, and
no, he doesn't.
He knows that he's got his fair share of haters. He knows he's going to get shot down in flames.
He's a professional broadcaster.
Yeah.
He knows how to press buttons, I think he's a very clever man. I don't necessarily like him,
Very cynical and antagonistic.
Yeah, but that was the nature of
that's his brand, isn't it?
Broadcasters. That's what that's. Is it Suzanne was sat next to him? She's like that. She's like the female version of him, I think. Although on screen you probably think they were completely opposites, but actually I think she's just as bad as Wilkes. Anyway, he's been let off by ITV, who'd done their internal investigations and whatnot, and determined actually it wasn't his fault or whatever. He's allowed to have freedom of speech. He was allowed to express his opinion quite freely, and that's that. So he's been given the apology, I suppose, from ITV, which is what he knew would probably happen, because he knows the rules. He knows what he can get away with, what he can't get away with. He must do. To be able, to confidently sit there.
I remember seeing a clip of him, but he was fuming. I remember seeing a clip of it. He lost his cool.
Yeah.
For him to walk off of set, that shows a real lack of mettle in my eyes. You don't walk off.
So what happened was there was a weatherman who's black, and there just seemed to be that little bit of friction, saying that. Would it have happened if it was anyone else? Would it have happened if, is it just because it was Meghan, because she's of colour, and things? So that kind of brought it up, pointed out that he was a racist. And he was like, I am not a racist. And I think he stood his ground. So, freedom of speech.
Oh, the weatherman called him racist?
I think there was an implying, thing that there was something, and he was like, I am not. He clearly said, I am not racist.
Just for pointing something out, it does not mean that you're anti someone.
No.
If you're walking down a street and there's a woman, an optician comes out of Specsavers and walks up to someone and says, about your glasses.
Yeah.
They've not cherry pick them. If you say, have you just gone to spot them because they've clearly got glasses? Why are you discriminating against me?
It was something that
it's just an observation. It's a very obvious observation.
He knew that the conversation was going south, and he thought, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not being called that, and he stormed off the set.
Yeah.
And things, but the point being, it was the freedom of speech thing, and if ITV go through all their stuff and things and determine that broadcasting wise, he had the right to express his freedom of speech, he's clear, he's all clear. And I think that's I think it's probably It's probably as small as people think it might be. I think it's quite a big thing in the press. I think it'll be quite a big thing in the press, and they'll be leaning on that, viewpoint for arguments in the future.
As you said, that he thinks that people get offended too easily. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost a society of snowflakes now, aren't we? How dare you assume my gender?
I think even Piers Morgan called them the woke generation. Woke. Yeah, that's a new one on me. Woke. Yeah, look it up. I can't explain it now, but it is it's that flake kind of.
If anyone's got any pointers,
if someone can explain woke, if someone can do a quick Google check on that. There is the term woke. It's new to me, but it's very much being used.
It goes on to say, look at Alf Garnett. I don't know who he is.
Alf Garnett was the 70s opinionated comedian.
Blue.
Yeah, completely. But it was a sitcom. So it was a scripted thing. But it was just British. It was probably late 60s, 70s. But it was just British. He was, championing the British. And just full on. Really? Out to attack anybody else. And stuff. So you won't see it on telly anymore. I'm surprised that even Fawlty Towers, in this flaky, kind of generation that we're in, still get away with broadcasting the Germans as an episode. That was a bit, close to the knuckle.
I've not seen that one. I'll watch it on YouTube.
It'd be on BBC iPlayer. I think it's probably still on there. Yeah. But that's been allowed to be aired.
Right.
A bit close to the knuckle.
Yeah.
But still, comedy of its day, and things.
It's every other week you hear of a new programme being taken off, a new programme being ditched and eradicated. You think, hang on a minute, it's part of our history. Mm-hmm. We need to be able to look back through the archives and see everything. And see how we've learned. Come on, because my personal feeling is that we're almost learning too much, and we're becoming such a fearful society. We daren't say a word because of repercussions and ramifications.
In our lifetime, I say in our lifetime, in our generation, we'll remember Little Britain. It's not on air anymore.
No.
The controversial characters that they played are seen as unbroadcastable. But it was at the time, so we're kind of like losing British comedy because a lot of our classic comedy, is often taking the mick out of somebody else.
As he said, that he had a Muslim friend who went to see Chubby Brown, and they had the best night ever.
Brilliant.
So if you have the mindset to appreciate comedy for what it is,
exactly,
it's meant to be entertaining.
So
it's meant to make you think. But it's
so Roy Chubby Brown is a blue, comedian, but he holds no punches. Will take the mick out of, the white fella sat there, the black fella sat there, the white woman sat there, the black woman sat. He'll take the mick and
tall, short, bald, long-haired.
He'll just rip into anybody.
Yeah.
So there's no fear there really. Well, I think he's been very successful in his career and enjoys what he does. I've seen quite a few of his stage shows, not live, just on DVDs and things. And comedy.
So Free Willy has gone on to expand on woke.
Yeah.
So woke or wook or woke, there's different ways of spelling it, is a term originating in the US. Let me just scroll down it. That originally referred to awareness about racial prejudice and discrimination.
Yeah.
Is this the first domino that led to those American football players? Instead of singing the national anthem, they took the knee. Is this the very early?
Could be
early days.
But the woke thing is particularly, I believe, to do with social media.
Right.
And the way that it's pushed and driven and exposed and
so yeah, he's talking about the hold on a sec.
Awareness of social issues or something like that.
Awareness of other issues of social inequality, for instance, regarding gender and sexual orientation. Since the late 2010s, it has also been used as a general term for left-wing political movements and perspectives emphasising the identity, politics of people of colour, LGBT, and women.
What
so the thing is there, you know, when you've got the early stages of someone's like woke, if it was first called woke, when it's saying there's racial prejudice and discrimination, what's happened is it's fallen under the umbrella of political bias now.
Yeah.
And it's so, you know, when that sort of thing happens, there's so much sort of vigour between different party politics. It's very muddy waters, isn't it?
Can I confess to something?
No, don't tell.
I do watch EastEnders.
No.
Right. And they even mentioned woke on there.
Right. Okay.
So the BBC are using
right
general telly to slip the word in woke.
Right. Right.
So it was used in the script on something. I think it was Kathy Bill for any fans of EastEnders. It's my.
Well, so that is so that's a bit of background on woke. Ezzy's gone on to say the German episode has been pulled. He understands.
It was still on BBC iPlayer, I am sure.
And Little Britain and Lee Francis apologising for the black characters.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So there you go. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, Shufty's on. Are you up?
Oh.
So
is he in?
Just wanted to drop in and say hi. Well, good evening, Shufty. There you go.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Nice man.
Right.
There we go.
Very good. Nice to see you, Mark.
You too, man. Hope you're doing well, mate. Just some northerner says, "I." How do you say it? I.
we ask. No, we need to ask Willie because he's got that down to a T.
Willie, you need to tell us how to say I. Still open all hours is a perfect example of today's culture, attempting to rekindle the laughs of the original, which is. It just doesn't do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, open all hours with David Jason as the shopkeeper now, not Ronnie Barker. It's trying to hold on to the classic British comedy, but you're right, it just kind of loses the edge a little bit. I think, but that's always going to happen with a sequel.
If someone made a Goonies 2, it would never be a Goonies.
It wouldn't be right.
No.
Yeah. But it's nice David Jason is doing it, and it's nice that it's still going. So I do like. I don't mind open hours. It's good. Very good. Stinger, are you wanting to do the quiz with us?
Of course you can. Get some paper, woman's.
You'll need a couple bits of paper.
DJ, I agree with you. I'm sickened. I'm fucking sickened. How dare you watch EastEnders?
Oh no, is that what this is? Oh dear.
How very dare you?
Yeah. Confession. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm all up.
Northern has just looked up and the German episode's still available.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
That'll do, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's interestingly, in the episode, it wasn't necessarily. I don't think it was the Germans that was the issue. I think it's.
Oh, madame, merci
the
beaucoup,
captain. I can't remember what the captain's name is, but the captain who's the residency, guest. He says something at the reception that that was bleepable.
Right.
So, and I won't need it. So
I was expecting Free Willy then to do the ask the quiz on here. Come on,
no,
Willy.
I've got the questions here, folks.
Yeah.
If we're ready for the pub quiz.
God. Who else wants to do it?
Anybody?
Merlin, do you want to do a quiz with us?
Do you want to
we'll shout it down there.
It's only 10 questions. Oh.
All right. Does Tattoo want to do?
Switch off your phones. It's pub quiz time. Over to Mark.
Right, folks, you can put funny answers in the chat. Don't put real answers in. Use, you know,
Are you doing quiz
when we do the answers, you can do it. We've got Stinger sat next to us. DJ, if you want to, John, if you want to spin round a sec, just spin round.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
There we go.
Right. I'm gonna have to hide me question paper here.
I can read it. I can't.
Yeah, do the real answers. Do the real answers.
Okay.
Only I can see it, DJ.
Right, folks. Some are multiple choice. Some are not. Okay. Grand. Okay. Your first question, folks. First question is: which Duran music video was banned by the BBC? I'm going to give you multiple choice here. Wild Boys, Girls on Film, or Too Shy? Duran's song was banned by the BBC for their music video. Was it Wild Boys, Girls on Film, or Too Shy? Okay, question number 2. In which sport would a spider be used? Is it golf, snooker, or darts? Which sport would a spider be used? Smashing them. Is it golf, snooker, or darts?
Get a little thingy there underneath these. What's it called? A menu.
Oh, it's alright. I want to block it.
Yeah.
Oh, use the
Just
Jack
what?
Daniels.
Just
Use your Jack Daniels box. There you go. There you go.
I can't see them now.
Right,
fair.
question number 3. Which letter is located between E and T on the standard English keyboard? On your keyboard, on your computer, what's located between E and T on a standard English keyboard? Easy. Easy.
I think I've got it, actually. I do, I think I've got it.
Oh, right. Question number 4. Right. Let's just push this back a little bit. Let's see if we can get more of us in. There you go. Question number 4. The truth is out there is the tagline to which TV series? Is it Cold Case, CSI Miami, or The X-Files? The truth is out there is the tagline to which US TV series? Is it Cold Case, CSI Miami, or X-Files?
This table's very squeaky, isn't it? Not cod liver oil.
Question number 5. What is the largest country that the equator passes through? The equator passes through. So which is the largest country? Is it Indonesia, Brazil, or India? Which is the largest country that the equator passes through? Is it Indonesia, Brazil, or India? Right. Set to go?
Yeah.
How are people doing on the chat?
Shit. I'm a bit.
People putting in random answers.
Oh, see, goodness, right, straight away, 69. Well, that's all gobbledygook.
That's grand. That's fine. Number 6. What was the world's first postage stamp? What was the world's first postage stamp?
Is that not that's not multiple choice?
Not multiple choice. Should be easy. The world's first postage stamp. What was the world's first? question number 7. Who were Will, Simon, Jay and Neil?
Fuck knows.
Oh, I know.
Who the fuck are they?
It just clicked.
This isn't fair. She knows.
I'm not going to repeat the question.
Ah, that's shit. Why not?
Next question is, what is the Cresta Run? Right. Now, is it a toboggan track, a race track, or an athletics track?
What is it? What did you say again, sorry?
What is the Cresta Run? Is it a toboggan track, a race track, as in like a vehicle, you know, F1 track, or is it an athletics track? Next question then. We're doing really good on time, which is excellent. Which Bruce Springsteen song won an Oscar in 1994? Right? Which Bruce Springsteen song won an Oscar? Was it Born in the USA, Streets of Philadelphia, or Dancing in the Dark? Which Bruce Springsteen song won an Oscar in 1994? Okay, final question. Now we all know this, John, right?
No, we don't.
We all know this.
Don't assume, Neil.
Right, on the M62,
Oh yeah.
there's a farm in the middle
I've
of
been
the
there.
M62.
In that house just gone up for sale.
What is the name of this building? Is it Golding's Farm, Rookery Manor Farm, or Stoat Hall Farm? So we all know this. The farmhouse
Well,
that's
I
in the middle.
I don't know that.
So what happens is on the M62, they were wanting to plough straight through the farmhouse, didn't they? And they were trying to buy him out, and he was like, I ain't budging for nobody. So what they ended up doing was they ended up parting the motorway around his farmhouse and bringing it back in again. So right in the middle, and they literally, I mean, whoever, you know, approved planning, you know, to go around his property. That's crazy, isn't it? Anyway.
There were big fishes, weren't there? It's like the sort of size fish that HS2 are now, going straight through medieval woodland and whatnot.
Yeah.
When the
didn't
government
wanna
say there's a green light here, go and get on with it.
Yeah.
They can just do it.
Yeah.
They can get on with it.
So they just built around him, didn't they? And they had to build him access.
Literally,
underneath
each
the road.
side of the so the central reservation Parks Company, its widest point is probably, I don't know, 80 metres.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
And it just goes around his house and
Yeah.
back again. Completely surrounded by motorway.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
And what a beautiful valley as well.
Yeah.
So where he's there and the moorland and whatnot, when you drive down and you look around and you think, before this motorway came along in the 70s, this would have been picturesque.
Yeah.
And the poor sod, he'll be gutted.
So there you go. There's your 10 questions. All set?
No, who's Will, Simon and Jay? Neil, who the fuck are they?
I don't know.
That's the easiest one, that one. Loser.
Right, folks, you can
Let me
put
just
answers
guess
in
then.
the chat. So,
Only because you're Stinger, you're the best.
right.
So I'm going to put something down.
Okay, right. Here we go. So, you can put your real answers in now, folks. So, which Duran Duran music video was banned by the BBC? Stinger.
I put girls on film. What
John?
might have been
Too shy.
Girls on film.
Too raunchy.
It was too raunchy.
Too raunchy, eh?
It was a bit blue. In which sport would you find a spider?
Sorry, so you're gonna. Snooker.
It is snooker.
Put snooker.
Easy one, snooker.
I used to have to use it all the time because I'm short.
Which letter can
Vertical
be found?
challenge.
Which letter can be found between the E and the T?
It took me ages to get this. QWERTY.
It is QWERTY.
Did you spell that word to yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I had to
QWERTY.
spell it.
Yeah, so the answer you're looking for is R. The truth is out there is a tagline to which TV series? Did you get this?
CSI Miami.
Oh,
good
I wrote
thinking.
this down before I even get.
You knew it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
Is it CSI?
Yeah. No.
No.
It's X-Files.
X-Files. Brilliant TV programme.
It was alright.
Of its day.
I'm joking.
Of its day.
I watched them. I loved them.
Yeah, of its day. If you watch them now, they're
Little aliens glow in the dark come out
Never
of
seen it.
tunnels with loads of smoke around them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really convincing stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what turned Americans into proper
Yeah.
alien believers. They all thought it was
That's
probably
right.
real, didn't it?
It is the man who lives on the M62. He is on the X-Files. According to Hezzy. I didn't say that.
What is the largest country that the equator passes through? Is it Indonesia, Brazil, or India? John.
Brazil.
Stinger.
I've got Indonesia.
It's Brazil.
Yo.
Brazil is massive, and the equator runs through it. The equator does run through Indonesia, but Indonesia is tiny little islands.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shipley's bigger than Indonesia.
Although Indonesia
I believe
is
that rather than kids at school. That.
Indonesia gets
I just
daily earthquakes. If ever you look at earthquake data, look online for earthquake stuff and things. Indonesia gets earthquakes almost daily, and we don't hear about them
No.
because it's a daily occurrence. We only hear about the big ones. What was the world's first postage stamp?
I didn't understand the question. I didn't put anything. I was going to just put first class. I didn't understand.
Was it? It wasn't a penny black.
What did you put?
Wax seal.
Black seal?
Wax
A
seal.
wax seal? No, that's not a stamp, is it?
Yeah, well, I didn't
That's
know what you were
just like a
saying, did I?
Postage stamp. It is the penny black.
Yeah, I got it wrong, but I got it right.
You did kind of get it right
Yeah.
in the end, yeah.
I've got to put an X there, though.
Yeah, you have.
No, I thought you were trying to get at
No,
what
it
was
was-
what was the first form of paying to get a message on paper from
Yeah,
A to
yeah.
B.
Well, that
And
was
that's-
it. It was the penny black.
Yeah,
First
but-
postage stamp.
But when you had all these peasants, you said the lord of the manor says to a peasant, "Take this message to that guy there, wax seal," and he'd deliver it,
Yeah,
and
but that
then
wax
get a
seal's
quid
just
or a slice of bread. wouldn't he?
Yeah, possibly. But the
Do you know
wax
what I mean?
seal was a security thing, wasn't it? To make sure that it wasn't opened.
It used to say who it's from. It's the sender, sender's detail. Because they did it with the
It
ring,
was
didn't
their,
they?
yeah, their stamp, yeah, their kind of.
I
their
should get
seal.
half a point for wax seal.
No, the answer was the penny black.
It's wrong, John.
Okay. Who were Will, Simon, Jay, and Neil? John.
Friends.
No.
Oh, the in-betweeners.
The In-Betweeners.
I was going to put Alvin and Chipmunks, but realised Alvin weren't one of the names.
If anyone's fans of the In-Betweeners, Jay is it? Jay is on Twitch. Completed it, mate. I think is his Twitch handle, and he plays a lot of Grand Theft Auto. So he's on there. He's on there almost every day.
Gets a life, Jay.
Yeah, well,
life,
yeah. He also has a YouTube channel called At Home with the Buckleys, I think it is. What is the Cresta Run?
I put toboggan.
I put toboggan too.
It's the skeleton race on the
We're doing
toboggan
well,
track.
aren't we, Slinger?
We are.
Yeah.
Toboggan track for that one, folks. Bruce Springsteen's song won an Oscar in 1994. Was it Born in the USA, Streets of Philadelphia, or Dancing in the Dark?
Your answer first.
Stinger.
Microphone.
I put Streets of Philadelphia.
John?
I got one there. USA.
Born in the USA. No, it was Streets of Philadelphia.
Shit.
I only
Stinger's
thought
doing me.
that because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Bastard.
It's not even the right song.
It's not even the right song, no. Streets of Philadelphia was like a big thing when it came
You've got
out.
this, haven't you?
Well, I'm just a good guesser when these multiple choices come out. Yeah.
Okay, we all know this. The
Oh, yeah,
farmhouse
yeah,
in the middle of the M62 is called Goldings Farm, Rookery Manor Farm, or Stoke Hall Farm. John?
Stoat Hall Farm.
I went for Stoat Hall Farm.
It is Stoat or Stott. Yeah, Stott Hall Farm or Stoat Hall Farm.
Wicked, bro.
Very good.
We do all know this, don't we?
Big scores this week by the looks of it.
Yeah.
How did you do in the chat, folks? Put your number in. Let us know how well you did.
I'm not telling you how I did. It's a grand reveal.
That's my quiz for the week.
I enjoyed them questions.
I'll be looking forward to Mark returning so he can do his quizzes.
Yeah.
Right. What have we got? 6 out of 10.
7.
So Stinger gets a sambuca. Stinger gets a sambuca.
John's. And Lauren's or Stinger. 7 out of 10. Congratulations. The guest got it again, John.
Thank you.
Guests always win our quizzes.
Yeah, it's starting to really upset me, is that?
Oh dear, very good, very good.
See how tight I am with my paper? I always think I can reuse this paper. I just turn it off there and I've got all that paper to go out then.
I think I'll use it next week.
Yeah. And then, and then back.
We're going to go.
Please, thank you.
Right, folks, how did we do in the quiz? Let us know how you did if you played
So
along.
got 7, 3 would have got 6.
Ooh, some good scores this week then.
Who said Penny Black? Free Willy, got that right.
Well done, Free
Well,
Willy.
Belter.
He was probably around when they first brought it out.
So, Big Tiz has asked our names. My name's John and this is Neil.
Hello. Nice to meet
Hello
you.
there.
Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome. And Sean, 15, has said, "Hey up, geezers." Well, hey up, Sean. You alright, doing?
Thank you for popping in.
Great work.
Taking time to see us. We're down the pub. Down the pub every Wednesday, or most Wednesdays. And we're planning on our games night. Okay, so that's going to be happening probably towards the end of September, where we'll do some pub games. That's the plan.
Absolutely, yeah.
That'll be good.
Fantastic.
Is Stinger on the drinks task?
She is indeed, yeah.
Oh,
Just quick. Quick off the mark. Quick off the mark.
Well done. What was our other topic? Oh, something else that came up in the news today that I saw. E10 fuel. Yeah.
A bit confusing, isn't it?
It is. Any vehicles older than 10 years are likely not to be able to use it.
I won't be able to use it, will I? In my bikes. Or quad.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't even know what it is.
It's 10% something or other and 90% something else. So it's
So is it weaker octane? Or is it...
possibly. Someone else might be able to clear it up for us, but it's going to upset a lot of drivers, and I think they're saying that either a quarter or a third of people don't know what it is and how it affects them, for their cars. So either it pushes you towards the expensive fuels or whatever, I don't know. Yeah. They can't just stop selling the fuel.
I think they've got alternatives. I think there's a E10. I think there's an.
There's E5 or
right.
E10.
I think E5's the old one.
Well, E5 is the super fuel. The ones that you can buy premium fuel.
All right.
So whether that's more fuel.
So with a bit of luck, I can run my machine on E5.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know the actual chemical composition, the difference between E5 and E10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why
it's
would my
percentage
motorbike
of
be at risk if I put E10 in it? Why would it be at risk or not work?
But are yours? Do you have to two-stroke it? You don't have to two-stroke it, do you? You're just putting in normal fuel. You're not doing anything.
It depends which motorbike you're talking about.
Oh, right, okay.
But my road bike, that's 4-stroke.
Right.
I think it's to do with the metallurgy, the composition of the metal of the cylinder head and the pistons.
I think you're right. There's something to do with the metal in it.
So when thank you, Stinger. So when it went from 4-star to unleaded years ago, do you remember that?
Yeah.
If you ran your 4-star...
Did you have to do an additive or something to it?
Yeah, you have to put lead additive into it, which sort of defeated the object, didn't it?
Yeah. But is that what people do you think are going to have to do now then?
What it was the valve seats were soft, and the lead in the fuel kept the valve seats sort of happy. You take that lead away, and the valves just burnt away. They just knackered up.
Yeah.
So then, instead of putting lead in the fuel, they had cleaner fuel and got the manufacturers to make harder valves, and that solved the problem.
Right.
That's my loose understanding of it.
Yeah.
It might need
It'd be good to chat with Ryan on this, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll have Ryan with us.
Yeah.
We can probably ask him about it.
Just very quickly, I just want to say, sorry to hear that, Sean, and I hope that everything's okay. Because Nana's just died of cancer. So sorry to hear about
that. The other news item that we had the freedom of speech. What was the other one that we had, John? We had another news story that we were going to pick up on.
I've been through now. I've lost a quiz again. That's 2 nights at bounce. you can't get any sense or logic out of me now. I just want to have another 5 pints as quick as I can.
Yeah.
And have a good cry.
I went back afterwards and got onto Discord, and there were a few people in the after show, which was good. So we caught up and had a natter. But I was shattered, absolutely shattered yesterday. Was it yesterday? Monday
I can't remember. What did I do yesterday?
Night. It was Monday night. I've gone to print with my last mag of the week, so I've got a few days spare now. Well, I say a few days spare, so I've got stuff to do, but it's not mags, so I've got like a break to do something different, which would be good. Tomorrow evening, folks, we'll be streaming again. We'll be doing probably a dual stream with DJ Technique, who will be joining us tomorrow evening. So come and join us for a curry. We're going to take DJ out for a proper Bradford curry. That's the plan.
Excellent.
Don't know what time we'll catch up with him, perhaps. And
Rob's just subscribed.
Come back. Thank you, Rob. Hey,
yes.
Thank you, Rob, for doing that. Really do appreciate it. It's what we'll probably be doing is putting a lot of these funds towards our games nights, which will be more of a thing for the pub, and we'll encourage punters to come and play and play some games and stuff. So that'll be cool. And any visiting folk from the chat who come down or whatever, we'll set them on a challenge and go and get a scoreboard going or something. So that'd be cool. Good.
So just some Northerners, put a bit of detail in there.
Just some Northerner.
Saying that
a Google check.
E5 is 5% renewable ethanol. It would be useful to know what renewable ethanol was. And E10 is 10% renewable ethanol. It sounds like the much of a muchness. You know, if there's just a slight variant of ethanol, there's no.
So what was it before E10 then?
It was 95% octane.
So we're all on
thing that I know.
Right. So we were all on E5. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that unleaded before was a standard octane of 95. High octane was 98.
Right.
I'm about to lose my phone because my battery's down.
Yeah.
So can we ditch mine and go to yours?
No.
Do a power pack.
I might have a cable. What have you got at the bottom?
It's a D shape.
Let's see if I've got a cable, folks. No.
I have got a cable if you've got a power pack.
Yeah, this thing here will do it.
Right. Go and nick it.
Yeah, I'm confused about this fuel arc.
Yeah.
admittedly, we've got a newer car,
Yeah,
so
what do
we
you like?
don't need to be overly concerned. Yeah, in theory that'll give you a bit of juice.
Super. Keep us going for the time being.
There we go. Has anyone else had any thoughts on this fuel arc?
So it says that Kimi Raikkonen's last F1 season this year. That's been in the news. If you oh right, so I thought you were talking about fuel. I was trying to understand it. Yeah.
Do you drive, Stinger?
I do.
How old's your car?
5 years, I think.
Oh, you'll be right.
What's how do you mod people?
How
How do I? Am I a mod?
yeah, you should be. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. Put 30 minutes. Oh, that'll be 30 seconds probably.
Right, it's 30 seconds. That's not good enough.
No,
Is this the petrol thing?
no, wrong one. Wrong one. Or are you timing them out as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do a timeout then. Do
I'll just. Well, at least it's a time like that.
yeah.
How do you ban them?
Yeah, tap it again. Do you get the option?
Ban.
There you go. Zap. You're bad.
And who's next one? Who's next
You're
one?
bad. Was it Sean? Was it the Sean
Big
fella?
Tin is bad. Big Tiz.
Yeah, so
is
Sean
banned.
15 you timed out. That was the other one that you timed out. Tatty boy.
Hey! Hey! Whistle! Hey! Something. Smashed them to bits. No, they were just properly.
He's on battery. He's on.
They were just talking. Guys.
Yeah. Make DJ a go in and just bar him. If the chat at your bar, and that'll just highlight it for us. We'll be able to spot it. So just call out your bar on the. Got the power. Eddie, you've just so I really do appreciate it. We were so close to getting a payout from Twitch at the end of August. We missed it by a little nugget.
Did we?
Yeah. So we're just going to have to work like Trojans through September to get a payout at the end of September.
Super.
Fingers crossed. So all will work out. So,
DJ, you might be in luck. You might see Richard. Oh, sorry, DJ.
Have we lost connection just briefly?
Put 10 bob in meter.
Oh.
We did it on purpose, has it, so we could see Richard again.
Was it just dipping out then for a sec? Folks, it's been good, but we'll call it there. I hope you enjoyed the little walk across the viaduct, as dark as it was. I think it's nice just to have a chin wag and a natter of what's in the news and stuff and things. So we'll do that again, and we'll be back again next week. But don't forget, tomorrow evening, a bit of a bonus stream. We're going to catch up with DJ. We were a lot, but I think DJ will be. DJ's got more battery power than us. So he'll probably stream throughout. So check out DJ's stream tomorrow, because no doubt he'll be streaming for his journey and things. So we look forward to seeing him tomorrow. And maybe on Friday morning, I'm thinking, we might go for a fry up somewhere.
Sounds good.
Because he'll need some breakfast. We'll need to, for his journey home.
Absolutely,
so We'll go and find a nice healthy cafe.
Nice greasy spoon.
Decent one. Not the one that we had the other day. Let's go and find somewhere a bit better than that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, folks. We'll call it there. I struggled to work out how to.
We've had a suggestion.
A suggestion for.
Has he?
For a local.
Compliments of the Viaduct walk, but he suggests go to the tunnel.
Yes, during the day. Not a chance we can do that at night.
Well, maybe we could do it with lots of people there with torches.
Possibly.
We could have head torches.
Well, you know those. So just staggering that about a bit.
I think I prefer those lamps up there. What are they called?
Yeah, oil lamp type things.
Yeah, paraffin lamps. That'll be for them.
Okay. These things are pretty bright. We can do, Hezzy. We'll see what we can do.
Christoph's, that's a good suggestion, Christoph's.
Windy's on.
No, yeah.
Oh, did she? I don't fully know how to go about doing a unless I know we can do it as a chat thing. I think.
No, we're not inviting girls.
So tomorrow evening we're going to have Ryan join us. So enjoy that, folks. We're going to call it there. See you tomorrow. Check out DJ stream tomorrow.
Nice. Cheers.
We'll see you next time. So join us next Wednesday, 8:30. You may catch me doing a bit of gaming over the next few days because I've got a bit of time to spare. Might as well try out the backup server.
Well, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Put it through its paces.
Right, folks. Cheers. Thank you so much for popping in, and we'll see you next.